Hello Taurus, welcome to your March 2022 reading. That was so quick. This is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Please make sure you check all your placements to get a clear picture of what's going on for you this month. Now, as always, this is a general reading and it may or may not resonate for all of you. Please take the bits that resonate and leave the rest behind for somebody else. Your archetype, which flew out so quickly because this is a very stubborn deck, is the Mystic. I'm going to get two spirit animal oracles for you before I move on to your tarot. Wow, okay. We have the hyena and we have buffalo. Very different energies though. I like it. So, the Mystic. It's a very interesting archetype to get. It's not really an energy I would associate with you, Taurus, but then again, you being fixed earth, it really doesn't surprise me. This is the energy of being a light worker, of being a seeker and a dreamer. It's also an energy of not fearing the dark, not fearing the shadows, and not fearing transformation. This is almost someone who doesn't fear tower moments. You know what I mean? It's the energy of doing a lot of inner work, transmuting all of the darkness that you have gone through, all of the lessons that you have gone through, and transmuting that darkness into light that everyone else around you can savor. Does that make sense? It's it almost gives you a very ageless, visionary sort of energy of realizing you are part of a bigger whole. You're not someone who would delve in the details. You look at the bigger picture and you realize that everything that it is that you are going through, others are going through as well. And it's almost like you put an umbrella over that shadow, that universal shadow that everybody, including you, deals with, and you transmute that energy and bring it to the light. It's almost a very healing energy. It's giving me Chiron-like vibes of being a wounded healer. And it's interesting why it's called the Mystic. It's almost an inner knowing, an inner truth. And it's that ageless wisdom that comes about with being an old soul. And Taurus, you, like most earth signs, you are old souls. I mean, there are no two ways about it. Air signs, I feel, are younger energies, but earth signs are very grounded. And I feel like that wisdom that you have brought about from past lives is something that can help you now and help the other people around you. All right, now we have buffalo. Now this is your energy. This is that grounded earth energy of knowing that life is full of obstacles. The road that you will be traveling on when it comes to this lifetime is going to be full of speed bumps and hardship. But I feel like you are looking at those hardships as opportunities for upliftment. And you're not afraid. It's almost like that gentle look in the buffalo's eyes. It's that inner knowing, again, trusting every single turn and every, obstacle you are facing is there for a reason. And I feel like all the experiences, especially life-changing experiences that you had, you're almost treating them as precious gifts because they've taught you so much. It's an energy of trusting and just being purely present in this reality. I like this. I love this card actually. And then very different energy, which I like equally, is the hyena. This is about humor, sarcasm, wit. The hyena is a jokester, okay, and he's a crowd pleaser. It's somebody who uses sarcasm and humor to get out of certain situations. But one thing we need to realize when we get this card is, are you relying on that sarcasm and humor to express your truth? Are you using jokes, let's say, to hide resentments in relationships, trying to just mist over any issues with humor? And are you using it as a mask to get away from things that you are uncomfortable discussing? And I think it's a very charming energy. You're coming about with a very fun and witty energy to be around. But then again, I feel like it could be a good time for you right now to have deeper conversations with the people that you love, because I feel like all of this wisdom that you are carrying with you, it's something that needs to be shared. I understand Taurians now. My best friend is a Taurus and this describes her to the T. She is somebody so reliant and full of wisdom, as most Taurians are. But then there's almost that side of frivolousness because, well, you guys are ruled by Venus. And Venus is, it does talk about humor and luxury and happiness and, all those wonderful things. It's almost like a band aid. Rip that band aid off. It's all right to be vulnerable. It's all right to talk about the intricacies of life, because everybody is on the same journey as you. Everybody has experienced the hiccups that you may be experiencing. So sharing that wisdom and those experiences could be wonderful for you right now, Taurus. All right, let's get into your tarot. I'm not going to focus on love or career. I will just see what pops out. We have the Five of Swords. Ooh, I said I'm not going to focus on any one thing. And we have the Ace of Cups smack dab in the middle of your reading. All right. Oh, dropped a card. Hang on a minute. Two of Pentacles. The Lovers almost popped out. We have the High Priestess and we have Judgment. Bottom of the deck, we have the Hanged Man. All right. Oh, wait, how did that happen? I need to fix my camera. Sorry. All right. So let me skim over this before I clarify, Taurus. With the Justice card, this is Libran energy. This is that truth that needs to come about to bring things to balance. It is some kind of something that's been very unjust for you. With the Ace of Cups, this is an offer of love. This could mean two things. It could be you offering yourself that love, filling up your own cups and, well, just indulging in self-nourishment. Or it could be an offer coming in from the external, somebody coming in to express how they feel. It could be a new beginning in love as well. We do have the Five of Swords, which is, again, the Five of Swords is such an annoying energy to me. I just feel like it's somebody seeking victory without putting in the hard work. Okay, now since it's connected to the Ace of Cups, this could mean that someone is coming about with an offer, but it's almost like they're not putting in the work, the right amount of work that is required to make this happen. With the Two of Pentacles, this is juggling, either juggling two options, it could be juggling two projects, it could be juggling two people even, we will see. With the High Priestess, we have two water cards right next to each other. The High Priestess is Pisces energy. It's that deep inner knowing. It's a card of non-action, but it is also a card of wisdom, of having a lot of knowledge about, well, everything, but keeping that knowledge to yourself almost. And it's interesting how we have the Buffalo and Mystic and we have the High Priestess right in the middle. You remember I said all the experiences that you've had, you need to share that wisdom so other people can gain a little bit of knowledge from your experiences, right? So there is something that is hidden, either hidden to you or something that you are keeping hidden at this time. And with the Judgment card, well, again, it could mean two things. It could talk about an awakening. It could be a spiritual awakening, could be an emotional awakening, or it could be an awakening that happens within somebody else for you, towards you. So either this could be a realization that you have, or it could be whatever offer this is that's coming about for you. It's almost like it's come about before. You know what I mean? But it's coming about with a different energy. Now, let's see, let's clarify. Why is justice here? The Queen of Wands. Fire energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Ace of Cups. Temperance. Let me get a bridging energy here. The Queen of Cups. With the Temperance card and Justice right next to it, I feel like there's a lot of balance that either is required or is already being worked upon when it comes to your love life. And this is most definitely related to love. The Queen of Wands, this could be you or it could be someone you are dealing with. But I feel like there's almost like this sudden burst of energy that comes about to bring about an equilibrium. You know what I mean? It's like something may have been very quiet and silent, and suddenly there's that vitality. With the Ace of Cups and the Queen of Cups, again, the Queen of Cups is somebody who doesn't wear her heart on her sleeve, and again, there's no gender in tarot. Just take the energy. It's someone who feels a lot, and it's the most amount of love one person can feel for another. So I feel like whoever it is that you are dealing with, this person is coming about as a bundle of balance, love, passion, and understanding, almost, with the Justice card. Let's see, this Five of Swords is throwing me off a little bit though. And I forgot to mention, with Temperance, that's Sagittarius energy. Three of Cups. Okay. And the Empress. For some of you, there could have been another energy attached to this. But for the others, I am getting that this person wants to go from 0 to 500 in one leap. That is that shortcut that I'm seeing, that shortcut to success. Almost not putting in too much work, but expecting things to just blossom. You know, I don't think this is something to kind of be extremely bothered about, extremely worried about, because the Five of Swords, again, is a very tiny minor arcana. It's a very small energy. It could just be an afterthought. But I do feel with the Three of Cups here, there is a celebration that could be coming about, and this could be even the merging of two families together. But with the Empress, there is growth here. There is a lot of growth to be seen. I do feel with the Hanged Man that there's almost a shift in perspective that may be required from your end or the other party's end, and it could also mean that it may not be the perfect time for this to blossom. It may need a little more nudging and a little more probing. You know what I mean? There's more work that needs to be done here for you to reach this position. Oh, wow. Two of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Swords and we have the Sun, Leo energy. This is literally that struggle between heart and head. You have the Two of Pentacles where you're juggling. The Ace of Swords is air energy. This is the mind. This is logic. This is clarity and wisdom. And then we have the Sun, which is represented by Leo, which rules the 5th house, which is the heart. This is love, it's happiness, it's joy. But the Ten of Wands. I feel, Taurus, all of that wisdom that you have gained over time, it's almost like when we know too much, we think too much. What I'm trying to say is sometimes ignorance is bliss. I feel with the Ten of Wands, now the Ten of Wands can be a very burdensome energy. It's a very painful energy where the person dealing with this ends up tired. But how I look at the Ten of Wands is every single wand that has been accumulated through the journey is a talent, it's a skill, it is wisdom that has been gained. And I feel that after everything that you have learned in life, you've been applying all of that knowledge to your relationship, almost. And it's like you're overthinking things. That's what I'm getting strongly. The underlying current of this reading is absolutely phenomenal. It is beautiful. But you're getting in your head. You need to let the sun shine. Look at these two cards. Look at the darkness here. And look at the light here. The contrast is amazing. I feel that you need to get out of your head and just go with the flow when it comes to this, because I don't think there's too much to be worried about. There is a slight sneakiness right here with the Five of Swords, but then listen, Taurus, all of us aren't saints, okay? None of us are perfect. So I think everything needs to be taken with a grain of salt. Let's see, High Priestess, Three of Swords, and the Magician. Interesting. I want to get one more here. The Nine of Cups. You're manifesting. You're manifesting, and you're manifesting very quietly, which is exactly how it should be. But, Taurus, I don't want you to manifest from a position of pain. Whatever hardships, again, this reading keeps talking about the pain from the past, the wisdom that you've gained from the obstacles that you've gone through. But I feel like it's almost like you're not letting them go. I'm not saying forget the lessons that you've learned, all right? I'm not saying brush your pain under the rug. I'm saying acknowledge all of that pain, learn from it, and then just let it go. It's always going to be in your subconscious mind. It's always going to be on the back burner, because part of that pain is it made you who you are today. But it's almost like it's not just in your subconscious, it's in your conscious mind. And you're manifesting from that position of pain. So what happens is, when you manifest from that mentality of pain, you attract more of it. You know? With the High Priestess, I'm suddenly getting a few of you may be very sure about the manifestation process. You may be very sure about, okay, I know exactly what to do. And you may very well know exactly what to do. But sometimes getting a different perspective might help. Some of you may need to do a little more research about the law of attraction, if this is something that you're into, of course. And for those of you who aren't into this, I feel like you need to raise your vibration. You need to, with the High Priestess, step out of this energy of not speaking, not discussing, not sharing. You need to start sharing your wisdom and your pain and your lessons. And I feel like eventually there is a lot of happiness and wishes being fulfilled right here with the Sun and the Nine of Cups. But you need to raise your frequency, Taurus. Your pain is holding you back. I mean, you can't make this up. Ten of Swords. Yeah, Ace of Wands. Oh my God. Something similar happened to Aries, where they got the Ten of Swords and then they got the Ace of Swords. So the Ten of Wands right here that you had resets to an Ace of Wands. All tens in the tarot represent endings with new beginnings attached to them. And you have two tens. The Ten of Swords is again a very painful energy. But like I said, the Ten of Wands is that energy of gaining wisdom, and not wisdom, but gaining talent and skill and energy through your journey. The Ten of Swords is gaining wisdom. Every sword represents a thought. Sometimes the Ten of Swords, I mean, most of the time, it can talk about overthinking and eventually just having an anxiety attack and just kind of setting the swords down. You know, the Ten of Swords in the Rider-Waite is represented by a man lying on a beach with 10 swords in his back. It does not take 10 swords to kill a man. Okay, Taurus, it's that energy of overdoing something, overthinking something, and you have Judgment right under it. I feel if this is something that you are trying to bring about into your reality, I'm getting two things here. You may be bringing that energy about with an old energy attached to it. And that's just a cycle that you will keep repeating. It's a lesson that you're going to have to keep learning over and over and over again. Because that's what the universe does. If you haven't learned a particular lesson, it'll keep throwing the same situations your way till you do. For the others, I am getting all of this wisdom that you have gained with the Ten of Swords. all of the pain you have endured, I feel it's leading to a spiritual awakening, plain and simple. And with the Ace of Wands, this is not something that is again in your subconscious, it's very much in your 3D reality. Eight of Swords, get out of your head. You need to get out of your head. The North Node has moved into Taurus, and this is an incredibly powerful time for you. I feel that once the node shift happened on the 18th of January, Taurus and Scorpio, especially if those are your rising signs, were very heavily affected. And this is what I'm getting from here. It's that restart, that refresh. But whenever, okay, why would you restart a laptop when it's not responding correctly, right? When do you do that hard reset? When you're not bothered to close all the windows and all of that, you just like switch it off and switch it on again. That's when things are jammed. You can't move, there's no movement, everything is stuck, so you just want to press restart. This is what I'm getting here with the 10 of Wands and the 10 of Swords. Oh, I just realized, hang on a minute, you have the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands. That's beautiful energy, Taurus. I think you need to open up a little bit. Open up and accept this transformation for what it is. And I feel like this very quickly turned from love to life, but I think you can attach this to love as well. I think there is a reset happening in your relationship. Whatever pain you may have experienced, it's being transmuted into joy if you let it. You need to get out of your head because the Eight of Swords is your last card. Again, it's a minor arcana, it's a very minor energy, it's in your hands. Take off the blindfold, make those movements, make those first steps, right? All right, I hope this helped you, Taurus. I will see you next time. Enjoy the rest of March. Bye-bye.